Jamaica's storied history in the quarter mile dates back to the 1948 Olympics, when Jamaican men ruled the world at the distance, long before the world of sprinting was dominated by the likes of Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, and Usain Blake. Herb McKenley was Jamaica's very first superstar and the first Jamaican to set a world record in any sport. McKenley remains the only man in history to have reached the Olympic finals in the 100, 200, and 400 meters. He was also the first man to break the 46 seconds in the 400 meters, what was then considered to be one of the great barriers of athletics, like the 4-minute mile, the 60 feet shot put, and the 16 feet pole vault. Approaching the Olympics, McKenley was widely considered the leading contender for the gold medal in the 400 meters, due in part to his impressive world records in the 300 yards, quarter mile, and 400 meters. Surprisingly, whenever asked for his own opinion on the likely winner, McKenley stated that the real favorite was his teammate, Arthur Wint, and he had good reason to believe so, as Wint was also a successful 800-meter athlete who approached the 400 meters with the tactical mindset of a distance runner, conserving his energy early on for a strong finishing kick. By contrast, McKenley revolutionized the 400 meters from a middle distance race into a sprint. He went out very hard from the first stride, saving no finishing kick at all. His philosophy was to run as fast as he could, for as long as he could. In the final, he ran the first 200 meters in 21.1 seconds, which was fast enough to win the 200-meter final, where 2 days earlier he finished in 4th place with a personal best time of 21.3 seconds. It's no secret that sprinters achieve faster times when they're relaxed, as this allows them to apply greater force to the ground. A similar observation can be drawn from comparing the 60-meter dash and the 100 meters, as it's common for athletes to produce their best 60-meter time during a 100-meter race because they tend to be more relaxed in the longer distance. However, relaxation alone does not guarantee success. Pacing is also crucial. Herb McKenley was still leading the race on the home straight and looked set for an easy victory, but 70 meters from the tape, he suddenly realized that he was in deep trouble. His friend and rival, Arthur Wint, also known as the Gentle Giant, elegantly surged ahead to catch up with him. With only 20 meters to go, he took the lead and won the race by a comfortable margin. This was Jamaica's first ever Olympic gold medal. Arthur Wint's tactical approach proved to be a winning formula, as he relied on better race distribution and patience to outpace his much faster competitor. 4 years later, at the Olympics in Helsinki, Jamaica's team featured the same athletes: Arthur Wint, Herb McKenley, and George Roden, now a world record holder and the favorite. There was potential for a Jamaican medal sweep. However, in a surprising twist, Arthur Wint deviated from his winning strategy and blasted through the first 200 meters in a lifetime best of 21.7, closely followed by Roden. McKenley trailed far behind in 22.7. 2 months earlier, he had been bedbound with the mumps, losing 20 pounds and battling anemia. During his recovery, he had tried to withdraw from the team, but officials told him to get to Helsinki anyway. As the race progressed, the intense pace proved to be too challenging for Arthur Wint, causing him to fall out of the medal contention. Meanwhile, George Roden pulled ahead, being chased by the fast-closing McKenley. Roden gave it his all, crossing the finish line first in 45.9 seconds. McKenley came in a close second, matching his personal best. This was the last time Jamaicans achieved such a high podium position in the 400 meters at the Olympics. McKenley really pushed his limits, competing in a staggering 10 races within a mere 7 days, culminating in a breathtaking performance during his final race. 4 years earlier, Arthur Wint cried after an injury ended his nation's hopes of beating the United States in the 4x4 relay. In Helsinki, however, the same Jamaican quartet looked stronger than ever. Arthur Wint set the pace with a 46.8-second lead-off leg, trailing closely behind Ollie Matson, who ran 46.7. Les Lang recorded a personal best of 46.9 on the second leg, but couldn't catch up to the incredible Jared Cole, who built a huge lead with his 45.5-second run. When Herb McKenley received the baton for the third leg, he was full 11 meters behind Charles Moore. However, rather than rushing to make up ground, McKenley ran very patiently and relaxed, conserving energy for the finishing attack. In the last 200 meters, much to the surprise of the crowd and the American team, McKenley began to gradually gain on Moore, turning an 11-meter deficit into a slight lead at the handoff. The pressure was now on the reigning champion, George Roden, who managed to hold off the 2-time 800-meter Olympic champion, Mal Whitfield. Finally, McKenley claimed the gold medal. His phenomenal leg, timed at 44.6 seconds, was decades ahead of his time and is widely regarded as one of the greatest relay legs in history. It's anyone's guess how the history of the 400-meter event might have been altered if Herb McKenley used the conservative pacing strategy and tactical approach from the start of his career, especially given the fact that he ran 44.6 seconds on a dirt track after a week of grueling Olympic races, despite being weakened by a serious illness. Because even today, a sprinter running a relay leg in 44.6 seconds would strengthen any international team.